As long as it's not a fact yet, it is delusion.
I don't think so. No. Like, a lot of people were real person shipping Zendaya and Tom Holland, and nobody was out here saying, "Oh my God, don't ship Zendaya and Tom Holland."
And even if they work together, it'd be quite invasive and uncomfortable for you to be constantly putting them together.
Would it? I feel like a lot of the pushback against real person shipping has a lot to do with homophobia. Fake writers are always like, if you know these people, please stop reading, okay?
It's about the proximity of it
about
all.
the proximity of it all. What is up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. My name's Jody. This is Malika. And today, we're going to be discussing something that I think is a bit controversial in the grand scheme of fandom. You know what I mean? I feel like outside of fandom, this isn't as much controversial because other people aren't as obsessed with stuff as people in fandom get obsessed. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so we're talking about real person shipping, which basically, if I was to define real person shipping, I would say real person shipping is you seeing one celebrity and another celebrity and wanting them to be together. Real person shipping is very controversial in the fandom sense of the word because I feel like regular people can just be like, oh my God, I see Selena Gomez and I see Shawn Mendes, and I think that they would look so cute together. And oh my God, did you guys see them on the red carpet? They glanced at each other. Wow, oh my God, you know what I mean? And then like they would brush it off, and they'd just be like, oh, you know, I
don't think the regular people do the red carpet part.
I think no, as in like no, I've seen it. I've seen I think it's recently. It's Andrew Garfield, that the Spider-Man guy, and another person was talking on the red carpet, and everybody was just like, oh my God, they're so cute together. They're flirting. I want them to be together. Literally like all over Twitter. And this was not a fandom thing, right? This was just regular people who saying they look cute together, they were flirting, I want them to be together. And I feel like that's fine, right? But like in the fandom sense of the word, people make it seem like you are an evil person for even like thinking about that any at all. And I feel like it's mainly in fandom spaces where you discuss celebrities being queer and them being in queer relationships, because I don't think I've ever seen something like that happen with like a straight ship. But you guys let me know, because I'm normally in like the queer spaces of it all.
I can't say much about real person shipping. I just occasionally, not a lot. I hate Jody got me into this, but I do real person fics. That's it. I don't care. I mentioned it in our previous video, another one that was just uploaded, the one before, where for me it's more of you're taking these two real people, but you're building intangible personalities that do not actually apply to them, and creating a world there. So if you're telling me, give me a Sid and Jenna, I don't care what the actual Sid and Jenna are doing. I don't care.
Sid and Jenna are two hockey players, by the way.
No, I didn't need to know. Like, I don't care who their mother is. I don't care that they're in Florida tomorrow. I don't care that they got a new pet. I just don't. I'm just granted, or writers probably need to know that, you know, for like new material. But as a reader, as a consumer, I don't care about the actual people. Jody's also be different from me.
Wait, but the thing is, people have a problem with real person shipping in fiction also. People think that...
The people are bored.
People think that you should not be using somebody's name and likeness to create fiction out of it. But then in my view, I'm just like,
so why are you making...
In my view, it's the same exact thing as using an actor. Like, say for example, people wouldn't want you to ship and read about Tyler Hoechlin and Dylan O'Brien together, but they'd be completely fine with you reading about Styles and Derek together. And in my mind, I'm like, but it's the same. It's the actors. You're still envisioning the actors in your head. Yeah. And if you draw steric fan art and you draw Tyler and Dylan fan art, it's the same actors. Do you know what I mean?
And also going back to that personality thing, literally from what I've seen from real person fic, those personalities are literally just an extension of the characters. This is not like I got a best friend and my best friend got a man, and then I try to make then I start making fics about my best friend's man with this other random dude. Exactly. Like, that's weird. This is like,
and that's just why a lot of real person fake writers are always like, if you know these people, please stop reading, okay?
It's about the proximity of it all.
And I feel like it's the same as in like with celebrities, because celebrities will always tell you like, I do not want my mom to watch this scene of the movie. I don't, you know what I mean? So I I feel like as long as you don't go too far with the real person shipping, meaning take it to the people them actual spouse and them, do you know what I mean? As long as you don't go too far, I feel like it's okay. But I feel there's
also, actors, if you're ever watching this video, don't read your own fics.
Don't read your own.
That's weird.
Don't read your own fics. Like,
don't do it as a publicity stunt. It's weird. Just don't do it.
Don't do it. But also, I feel like, I think we mentioned this earlier, but I feel like a lot of the pushback against real person shipping has a lot to do with homophobia, because I do not see it as prevalent over on the straight part of it all. Like, a lot of people were real person shipping Zendaya and Tom Holland, and nobody was out here saying, oh my god, don't ship Zendaya and Tom Holland.
And but if they work together, it'd be quite invasive and uncomfortable for you to be constantly putting them together.
Would it?
Yeah, because I remember, who was it when she was in Dune?
Zendaya?
Yeah.
Oh,
they were trying to push them together, even like the actual PR people.
Oh yeah,
and
but I mean,
quite good. Was like, oh hi.
Yeah, I mean the actual PR people, like, no. But I feel like if you see Zendaya and Timothée Chalamet, they're beside each other, they're laughing, they're friendly. Don't go to Tom Holland and be like, bitch, like, let go of Zendaya because Zendaya is for Timothy. No, but I feel like if you were to write a fic about them, sure, fine, whatever. You're not like trying to impart that onto them. But I feel like another part of the whole real person shipping is whether or not you actually believe that these two people are together. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's a set of people that ship them because they think that they look nice together, they can do something with both of their personalities, and they can write a fic about them, you know. And then there's another side that is like, okay, I really think these two are together, and let me tell you why I think these two are together. And I can see both sides. Okay,
I think both sides are fine. It just depends again on the intensity of it all.
Yes, and how intrusive you are, because
sit in your delusion amongst likened crowd.
And it doesn't have to be delusion. It can just be you saying, I'm seeing y'all looking at each other.
As long as it's not a fact yet, it is delusion.
I don't think so. No. No. Delusion is not based off of real evidence. But if you actually, like, if you're looking, just like how people could identify that Tom and Zendaya liked each other based off of how they were acting with each other, that's not delusion. I don't think that's delusion any at all.
Plus 2 equals 4, but sometimes you're only seeing one side of the story that gave 4.
Yeah, but that's not delusion, because you're seeing, and that's the evidence that you're seeing. So let's Google what delusion means.
Girl, why are we breaking down the word?
Girl, we're going to break down, because delusion is something that a lot of people who are against real person shipping say all the time. It means characterized by or holding false beliefs or judgments about external reality that are held despite incontrovertible evidence to the contrary, typically as a symptom of a mental condition. Whatever.
But at the last part.
But that's what I'm talking about. If there's evidence to the contrary, but you can't tell. There's a lot of times where celebrities are not out with their relationship, but you can just look at them and just tell. It's not 100% fact, but it's not delusional to assume or think that they might be together because of how they act around each other. That's not delusional. Delusional is people who ship Jungkook from BTS and Lisa from Blackpink, and they have never been in the same frame together ever. You know, that's what I call delusional. But as long as you're writing your fic about Jungkook and Lisa, whatever, fine, go over there, but don't jump down the throat of whosoever Jungkook and Lisa decide to actually date in real life. You know what I mean?
I still stand by my point. Let me just take out the word delusional, but just if you got a hint or whatever you think might be going on, talk about it with lightened crowd.
Yeah.
Or an anonymous account.
Like that's why I like fandom spaces better on Tumblr instead of Twitter, because I feel like Twitter is you showing your bare ass. Okay, Twitter is everybody can see anything on Twitter, no matter how many times you say, okay, I'm going to spell Jimin's name without the I, so that if Jimin is searching for his name, he won't see it. You know what I mean? No, somebody's gonna see it, somebody's gonna retweet, whatever. Twitter is just, it's too searchable. On Tumblr, anything can last on Tumblr, okay? And on Tumblr, you have to really dig to find fandom spaces on Tumblr. Even though they're there, you know they're there. Even if I know exactly what I'm looking for, sometimes you really have to dig to find that blog that is really discussing what you're trying to talk about, you know what I mean? And I
had a niche argument towards something, so I don't think I've ever had to dig.
And I also feel like maybe it's because a lot of fandom is on Twitter now and not Tumblr, but a lot of people feel like it's disrespectful to even talk about the possibility of two people being together, especially if you're talking about the possibility of them being queer. And I can understand why people would say don't discuss this if they're on Twitter, because Twitter spaces, like I'm saying, like it's easy for stuff to get viral on Twitter, you know what I mean? You're talking about an artist who isn't out yet, you know, or out at all, like we don't know if they're actually queer, and you're talking about if they might be, and all of a sudden your tweets just go viral and now this person is just out in the open. Do you know what I mean? But on a space like Tumblr, it's way harder for that to happen. Do you know what I mean? Unless you're actively looking for it. And even then, it's not going to go viral in a Tumblr space. You get what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. When you were talking about, I was thinking about, you know what's weird? When celebrities go to interviews and people use those people use the Twitter searches to like ask them questions.
Oh yeah.
Is that before Tumblr?
Yeah, no, you can't do that on Tumblr. Not really. Tumblr searches are shit. Okay, Tumblr searches are shit. You can't.
Yeah,
I'll
just start going back on Tumblr.
What I was thinking about is when celebrities go on talk shows and they ask them to read fanfic and mock fanfic. Do you know what I mean? Don't do that. I haven't do that either.
But actually, that's so rude. That's so rude.
Don't break the fourth wall.
People are literally minding their own business.
Real person shipping is a very delicate thing, I feel like.
A couple of arguments I've seen people argue against real person shipping. It all sounds very personal towards, you know. Like, as in, like they're like, don't ship so-and-so. Why not? Yeah. Is that your brother? That's your man? Like, is that if that's your favorite celebrity and you don't want to hear about? Okay, cool, come off the internet.
And they're like, oh, you know, how you don't have a life, whatever. Okay, bitch, yeah, I don't got a life. If I don't got a life, let me dig and research into these people to see if I'm seeing what I'm actually seeing.
I don't got a life, but I'm not taking yours. What's good?
Exactly. And like, but I feel like also I should say for real person shipping, some people do take it too far. Like it's almost like they're digging into the people them trash to see if the you drinking this juice and them drink. Like, don't do that. Don't be too invasive.
Like, but like anything, there's always an extreme, right? But the extreme is never the total.
Exactly. Like if you're looking at actual things that have been presented to us, then fine. But don't go try and dig into the people them cell phone records. Like do not do that. No. But that's the extreme of it all, okay? But I feel like a lot of people, like we were saying before and keep on saying, a lot of people just have problems with assuming that their favorite celebrities might be queer, because it's always when you talk about the celebrities might be queer, people are talking about, oh, you know, that can never happen or whatever, blah blah blah, you know.
Listen, if you can't handle your fave being in a queer relationship in a fictional space, just disassociate.
But not even in a because we're talking about
in a fictional space,
but even in real life, because people will say, you know, I think so and so might be based off of this. People hate that, and they're like, oh, you know,
we can't do much about that. But like, my thing is, leave the girlies who with the fix. Leave them alone.
God, your thing is only the fix.
Yes, girl, because I'm not in the Twitter streets with the real, because I don't care about celebrity. Listen, I talked about it in the previous video as well, but I don't care about real people. That sounds bad, but like I just really exist in the fictional spaces of things. I don't care. I have no control over non-fictional things. It has nothing to do with me. Leave the fictional girlies with their fictional stuff.
Yeah, but also, I don't know. My side of it is basically saying, if you see two people discussing that they think that their faves might be queer, leave them alone. Because a lot of people are talking about how you don't know their sexuality, so stop guessing. But you are guessing their sexuality by guessing that they're straight. Do you know what I mean? It's basically the same thing. I would only say my only problem is, like I mentioned before, I hate that these discussions are happening on Twitter. I prefer if they were happening on Tumblr, because like it's just like, I feel like it's so unrealistic to have people see things and not want to talk about it in community with like-minded people. You know what I mean? Like, you have an artist, like I'm thinking about a specific artist right now from a group. I don't know if you guys might catch what I'm putting down. I'm talking about Jimin. You have a certain artist from a group that literally so many times he has, I don't know, used bisexual lighting or whatever, have a t-shirt on that says love is equal, with the bisexual lighting right behind of him, with ambiguous pictures inside of a book or something. Do you know what I mean? And you expect us to just sit on there and be like, you know, I'm not gonna say anything about that in fandom spaces. I'm just gonna, you know, see, these are pretty pictures, don't bother dig deeper into the pictures or anything. These are just pretty pictures. Like I don't understand how you expect people to just take that and not have conversation about it. And I also don't understand why you think that these celebrities are stupid enough to put stuff out there like this and not expect people to talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on. But yeah, tell us your thoughts in the comments down below, girlies. Tell us if you completely disagree with me, completely disagree with Malika, or completely agree with us. But please be nice, girlies, in the comments. Please be nice, because I'm not afraid to black and I'm not afraid to respond. Okay, be nice in the comments. But yeah, guys, thanks for chilling with us. I've been Jody. This is Malika. Bye, guys.